Bernie Sanders has suspended his campaign. This sort of something I've been bracing for a while because let's just be real. It's a very tough way to go from here on out. It would have been very tough. I wanted Bernie to stay in this race, but Bernie Sanders has made a decision, and a decision that that's tough for a lot of his supporters to take. I'm sure. I'm one of his most ardent supporters. I'm with you. I'm with you with this. I understand how you feel. We feel the same way, probably. All the way to the convention is probably what you were thinking, and that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping that that would manifest, but it's not to be. It is not to be an all the way to the convention type of year. A live stream that was announced, a live stream that was done today, Bernie Sanders told us what the path forward will be for his campaign, and that campaign will be suspended as of today. He stated all the usual remarks about how people donated and people, worked their butts off, and all the people who tirelessly gave to the campaign, who gave their time, their energy, their lives, frankly, their hopes and dreams, wrapped up in this campaign and what they believe would be an opportunity to take this country back, provide some equality, some justice, some peace. And that was what the campaign has always been about. He did go on to remark that though his campaign is suspending, he will still have his delegates. He will still gather more delegates as more people vote. I, myself, in Maryland, have not had an opportunity to vote yet. This is as many people in the Democratic establishment would like it to be. The quicker they feel that they coalesce around Joe Biden, the better, and they damn, the rest of us who haven't voted. So there you go. He also made it clear that he viewed Biden as the party's nominee. He said he would remain on the ballot in states that still had primaries and would continue to gather delegates, a move that would give him leverage, as he stated, to influence the Democratic Party, the platform, and to continue his message. And Bernie said on more than one occasion throughout his speech that though his campaign is ending, this movement should not end, that this movement is separate from him, that this movement has a life of its own. It's shepherded and created and steamrolled by all of the supporters out there, millions of people who have, powered the movement. This is about people. That's what makes it different. That's what made this movement different. It was millions and millions and millions of people behind this movement, regular people, working people, not corporations, not the rich, not the wealthy, not the well-connected, not the 1%, but actually people who believed in the policies. And that's what it's always been about, and that's what Bernie hopes will continue as we move towards this. He also cited many quotes. Well, I think a Martin Luther King Jr. quote of the bending arc towards justice is slow and long. And it was just a solemn moment in time where Bernie, he let it go. What can I tell you? He let it go. Now, that's what Bernie did, and as you know, I've been very much affiliated or connected to the campaign. I've had everyone on the show from Nina Turner to Ben and Jerry's, Ben Cohen to Ro Khanna. I was in South Carolina there. Brianna, been on the show with Brianna, been on the Bernie Sanders podcast. I've been around Bernie people for the last 5 years. There's only been one candidate for me, and that candidate has been consistently for the last 5 years, Bernie Sanders. I have supported other folks until I felt that it was no longer, they deserved that support, but I've only ever had one candidate that I championed for, that I worked for to this extent, and that was Bernie Sanders. I think it's important for the supporters of this campaign, and I think I can speak to that because of my loyalty and my commitment to this movement, to the people and the supporters of Bernie Sanders movement, of the not me, us folks, those who believe in the ideology that we can have progress in this country and that we should fight for it, that we should work towards that. I think that I'm one of those people that can speak to this and say, and mean it, and I think you can believe me when I say, and I hope you do, that this is not over. What we have now is another obstacle, another challenge. But as I've always stated from the beginning, the only revolutions that are easy are revolutions that don't happen. As I've stated before, and if you know me, you know my heart, you know my soul, you know I believe that since all of these issues that we want changed in this country have not come to pass, then the battle must continue. And it's okay to lick your wounds. It's okay to be upset. Someone said something about it's going to be a day drunk day for me. But then they also said in that same tweet to me, they said, Tim, and we begin again tomorrow. Because that's what life is if you're fortunate enough to have more days. It's beginning again tomorrow. But what the spirit of trying to inspire you to want to begin again tomorrow, I want you to know. Bernie Sanders may have dropped out of this race, but this movement and the issues that gathered us all together, millions of us together, that has not changed. We still don't have Medicare for all. We still do not have economic justice. We still do not have environmental justice. We still don't have all of the things that we were fighting for. And if it was ever about getting those policies enacted, if it was ever about making those changes in this country, then Bernie being out of this race should not change your resilience to wanting those things to happen. Because it's not about Bernie, it's about us. That has been the mantra from day one. We still need the water cleaned up. We still need these draconian laws, these bad drug laws done away with. We still need money out of politics. We still need to come together, all of us, all walks of life, to create income equality in this country. And since that hasn't happened yet, I can't walk away. I still have kids who have to live in this country. I still have grandkids. I still have a wife. I still have a mother. I have aging parents. I still have friends and neighbors who live in this country. We still are all here. So regardless to who's leading or who is the face of the movement, at the end of the day, the movement must continue because the issues remain. The issues that made the movement necessary still exist. Those issues have not gone anywhere. But now that Bernie Sanders is out of the running for the 2020 campaign, he has suspended his campaign. Now that that has happened, I have a question. Now that you have gotten what you have asked for, what will you do with it? It's an honest question to the establishment and to the naysayers and harsh critics of Bernie Sanders. Now that Bernie's out of the way, similar to your candidate, now that Bernie's out of the way and you got your Biden, what will you do with it? What will you do now? Now that you have no one to blame, now that you must be a leader, now that you must step up and stop yelling into your mics, now that you must step up and stop equivocating, stop capitulating to the establishment, now that it is on you. You don't just get to point at Bernie and blame Bernie for the house being fucked up. Now that it is just you, what will you do? See, I don't think that most of these people who talk are true leaders. Sure, they make you feel good because they yell, or sure, they make you feel good because they blame Bernie. But whether it's a talking head like, I don't know, Joy Reid, the horrible Chris Matthews who compared Bernie Sanders to the Nazis, or whomever it is, at the end of the day, now that Bernie's out of the race, who will you blame? Because you don't inspire people, so what do you have left? Time will show, and history will show, who was on the side of right. I've always felt the policies were dead on the money. I've always felt that these changes need to happen. And I still feel that way. And if you still feel that way, then we must continue together. Folks, I know this is a bitter pill to swallow. We all have to swallow it. We all have to deal with it. But know this. There were some of us who were with this with this from the beginning, from the outset, 5 years ago. And there were some of us who have been riding it out all this time. And there's some of us who stuck with it. And there's those of us who gave up long ago. Those are those who became critics of it. Those are those who bashed, those who hated, those who screamed from the rooftops, never Bernie, oh, we hate Bernie. To those who blame Bernie for our stagnant, corrupt system as if he created it. All of these things. But know this, guys. I ask you to do me a favor. Is your brother Tim Black? Is your uncle Tim Black? Is your friend Tim Black? Have a long memory. Have a long memory, because the fight is only continuing. And those good actors still exist. And we remember, and we will move forward. Now, I want to make sure that this moment, as bitter as it is, we don't forget all those people who put so much into it. I'd like to first thank Senator Nina Turner. You're classy. You're inspiring. You're powerful. You are the soul and have been the soul of this movement. You've never gotten your due, in my opinion. They've never respected you the way that I felt you deserve respect. But you, sister, are the embodiment of a revolution. You are compassionate. You are sincere. You are real. You are down to earth. We thank you for being you. Brianna Joy Gray, it's been a tough road for you. Critics have come for you. You stood in there and you fought. You have fought like a soldier, and you have done so much to try to elevate the discourse, to speak wisely, and you've done that, to lead with compassion and always focus on the issues that matter. So I want to thank you, Brianna, for opening the door, for allowing me to also contribute, and for all that you've done for all of us. It's not easy being in the hot seat. You did it with class and dignity, and you continue to walk with that. So thank you so much for that. And then we got so many other people. We got so many other people who've given so much, who've done so much. Philip Agnew. I just want to say, Philip Agnew, you are a shining light, young man. You inspire so many. You are amazing, brother, and I had the pleasure of having you on the show, and you're welcome back anytime, at any time, to share what's going on, what you're going to do forward. I have no doubt in my mind that Philip Agnew will do great things and will continue to fight for the people. The same goes for all the surrogates of the Bernie Sanders campaign, all those who stuck their chest out and went against the establishment, went against the order of things. You inspired us all. And to all the grassroots supporters, all of the leaders of organizations and groups from our revolution, all those who endorsed Bernie Sanders, all those who did so, it was unpopular. Everyone who stepped out for Bernie Sanders deserves our respect and applause, and thank you, because it was not easy. He wasn't the shiny new thing. He wasn't the easy choice. He was never embraced by corporate media. But he was slow, he was steady, he was real, he was true. And I believe all through it all, it was never just about him. So there you go. Last thing I'm gonna say, and I hope that this resonates with the don't let this eat you up. Let this lift you up. Let this push you up. Let this continue to motivate you. Get angry, get mad, then let's get busy, because we are the movement. That's right. And as long as there is life and air, and as long as you have energy in your body, we have a chance. But if you walk away with your head down, if you walk out and think, oh, there's no way we could ever do anything, everyone's so rotten and bad and horrible, well, then that's just more energy given to the establishment. That is more of your power you are relinquishing. So I'm just going to ask you to bear down my wolf pack, my community that we've been working with, the people that we brought together, inspired by me, but fueled by people like you, will always open its doors to you. We should have a kind word for one another. Let's cheer each other up. Let's pick each other up. Let's not for a moment put our heads in the dirt. Let's not for a moment gripe and cry. Don't ask. Don't cry that it's ended. Be glad that it happened. And be glad that we are together because we have found one another. And without this movement, I don't think I ever would have found you. I don't know if you would have found me, Johnson. We have found each other, Johnson, and we are all Johnsons, and we go forward. So, contact me directly at Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter, Tim Black Ignite on Instagram. Look for more content. This is just a brief. I just had to jump in and talk to my people. And I can say that because I've been out there with my people in the streets, in the states, from Portland from Salt Lake City, Utah, to Portland, Oregon, to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to Columbus, South Carolina. So, you are my people. I love you. I'm proud to be a hashtag Bernie bro. I'm proud to be hashtag not me us. And for what it's worth, I remain hashtag Bernie only, hashtag only Bernie. You may stop the man, but you don't stop the movement.